Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Baka Surrey. This is Frank. So the video that we're watching today is going to conclude Mahi Mahi season. I'm just putting this footnote before the actual footage starts. All this footage was filmed back in October. Obviously now it is the holidays, it is December, but I wanted to wrap this up properly. So let's enjoy some great fishing. I had some great fun this day. Alright guys, welcome back to Baka Surrey Gaijin. So on today's episode, we are going to conclude Mahi Mahi season. I am so sad to say that. So, in perspective, today is October 9th, 2024. As my car lets you know that I don't have my ETC card in there. So, why do I say the date? Why do I say the perspective? Last year, exactly 2 days ago, I caught my first bull. That's insane. As I get my breakfast lunch out of my bag, because I just hit up Family Mart. Or as Japanese say, Family Mart, because they shorten literally everything, which I actually like. So, I was talking about that perspective. I've been saying over and over and over again for the last year, basically on this channel, since I've started, about El Nino. So it is an El Nino year. El Nino, for those who don't know, come every 4 years, and it greatly affects tides, weather, current, everything. Not so much as in the Atlantic, more on the side of the Pacific and everything that touches, which is Japan, all your island chains, Australia, California, Mexico, South America, a lot of different places. Yes, it does affect the Atlantic, but not as significantly as much. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I've been taught, that's what I know. It has nothing to do with global changes and everything like that. I'm no expert on that. And honestly, I don't even know if we're going to know for like 100 years. Because you needed a lot of data. But anyways, getting back to it. It's a full month difference from when peak was. Because peak last year didn't happen until the third week of October. And from what I get on social media, Mahi Mahi season's over. The Shida, Mahi Mahi are gone. I'm headed out to the pier right now to go see, and more along the likes, give an overview of everything that we've learned in the last, 8 episodes? So, if you've watched all 8 episodes, thank you for joining me. I hope you actually learned something. And more along the lines, I hope you had a great time watching this little mini-series. Because for me, this is the best time of the year. I absolutely love this style of fishing. Is it exhausting? Yes. Is it downright beating you? Yes. Does it beat me as bad as some of the other people that are out there? Heck no. Because I know a lot of my friends, they're literally, their finger skins are gone. It ripped one of my friends off. They'll use super glue, they do gloves, they do blah, blah, blah. They're literally almost living on this pier. And that does seem insane, but you have to realize this is the culture here. And people here in Japan are extreme on certain things. And I'm not just talking fishing, because there are people out there that their entire lives are fishing. And there's nothing bad with that, because their wives are into it, they have weddings about it, their kids are into it, they own boats, everything about it. Because you have to understand, Japan is just not a food. It's a cultural thing. Certain fishes are part of the religion. Some are good fortune. Some are bad. Some you'll see represent earthquakes. Some represent natural disasters. So it gets really, really in-depth. And I actually want to do a spin-off video on that to kind of display, because it is a little bit confusing, and I've learned. But not to go on a tangent too much. So we're going to go over an overview of everything we've learned in the last. We're we're gonna go fishing again. I don't know for the last time, but probably the last time. And I'm gonna talk to a few of the guys on the pier to see what they've seen. If the mahi are still here, awesome. I'll keep fishing. I don't know if I'm gonna document it, but I'll keep coming up doing what I did. All right. So the last thing I want to say before I continue to hit the road, because I'm more than halfway there. I found out something really awesome, and I'm going to be partaking in it. So, in one of the next few episodes, I'm going to be doing an episode on natural disasters. I had talked about it earlier in this mini-series. I've been putting it together for quite a while now, and it was something I didn't want to just put it out there. I really took to a lot of it. I put some good information into it, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. And for those who don't watch my channel, I hope it does get out there, because there's a lot of good information, especially if you come here to Japan, if you live here in Japan and you don't know what you're doing, or if you're just interested in general, because natural disasters, I hate to say it, are one of our things. We literally make the news every year about something happening. But that's something that I really wanted to do and put it together. So, that being said, let me stop. Let me keep driving. Let's hit the water. Let's see what we have. And I'll talk about what I was just talking about in just a second. But more importantly, let's go fishing. So before hitting the pier in Itsuki, I wanted to stop at the local American fishing shop in Hirado and make sure I have ice. I wasn't really expecting to catch much, but just in case, and more on the lines to keep my food and drinks cold that I had brought, because remember, it's no longer scorching hot. We're sitting in the 20s most days, 25 if we're lucky, which is somewhere in the 70 and 80 degree range. The UV levels of the sun are extremely high still, so wearing protective gear is a must, especially sunscreen and all that stuff. But as fall comes around, that's going to drop off too, and sooner than later, the cold is here. That's why we're getting a lot of extreme winds and rains. Now, as you can tell, the weather has drastically changed from summer to fall, but the pier is absolutely packed. Immediately following Mahi Mahi season here in Hirado Itsuki, and most part Nagasaki Prefecture, follows Hitamasa, or kingfish, yellowfin, whatever you want to call it, tuna. It's extremely popular. A lot of promotional videos in this area are filmed for national advertisement, and I just wanted to let you guys know that, so you have that mindset. Now, because I arrived at 9 o'clock, 9:30, something like that, I didn't get my optimal spot that I wanted, but it was okay, because I know how to work my lure and put it in the right place to catch Mahi Mahi, as most of these people out here are amateurs. I think they're in here. just flying across the water. So I was attempting to talk over the wind. I wasn't sure how bad the wind was being picked up on the audio, but I've decided to turn it down so you guys can not bear the intense pain of just listening to wind and me going. Anyways, I was trying to say that on the other pier where I nicknamed the other pier with the red lantern, the cool kids, they had just brought up a mahi. I wasn't sure if it was male or female, but most likely female because I was seeing large schools of mahi just jumping out of the water, and it looked like they were all very young. I'm talking within the first year, female packs looking around for males. I'm also constantly looking back and pointing at the inward port because here and there we're seeing mahi just run up in there. Like they're getting lost because number one, these aren't the smartest fish. They attack basically anything that moves or makes sound. And number two, sometimes they just get lost because the wind and the waves and current and stuff like over here, and actually visibility sometimes in the water makes it a little hard. So sometimes they come into the port. I've never actually caught anything worth not releasing in the port, but it is good to know. So if you bring like a light tackle out there, you can actually catch in the port. Now, at this point in the day, some people were starting to give up. I'm not going to lie, if you come out here and this is your first, second, third time, or you come out here maybe once a year, fishing in weather conditions like this really gets frustrating. You're basically now having to cast straight in front of you, or having to cast to the left or the right, depending on where the wind is coming from and current, and then working it back to your location. On top of that, you're also having to keep in mind the pier is crowded, so you're looking to left and right and trying to time your casts in between when the person next to you is casting or reeling, so your line isn't being thrown in front of them. Now, as I said, I didn't get my optimal spot when I first arrived, but basically the way this works is you outweight those people and eventually you will make it to the end. Most of these guys, they come out at sunrise. I'm not about that life because I make sure my son goes to school, all that good stuff, and then I make my way out. Most of these guys are gone by noon, so it's just a waiting game. that guy. Here comes the sun. Maybe that does something. Oh. Ah, I was chasing it. Somebody hit it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Got it. Try again, guys. That is Mahi number 7 off. It's okay. Small size, okay. Bye. $11:23, guys. There's the ferry. I'm gonna be taking that ferry in just a few days to Iki Island. I'm obviously upset over just losing one, but it was a small size, so not really too bummed. But they're so tasty, so I'm a little upset. Oh, he's on. Oh yeah, there's a right there, right there. Right there, right there. So there's a bunch in the harbor here. They're catching like super small ones. Like these aren't even worth talking about. Saw a couple splashes over there, but I wasn't sure what they were. Slowly but surely people are giving up, so we're making our way down. I don't think we're getting to the end today though. School, but they're all super small. I dropped my phone, so yeah, that's great. They're all over here. Alright guys, so as I wrap up this mini series here on Mahi Mahi season here in Nagasaki Prefecture, I just want to take into account this year was an exceptionally great year. It came super early, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, as the video that we watched, the footage that we watched was filmed at the beginning basically of October, and the previous year before, Mahi Mahi season really didn't peak off until October. So we have to take into account like the difference in the time that El Nino affected. So this year I was able to bring in quite a lot of amount of bulls and a few females, and then I threw back quite a few as well. Losing 7 was pretty rough for me because the previous year I had only lost 2, but it might have been just my hook setup, or because this year for whatever reason I used a larger lure than I have in the last few years. But that being said, I really appreciate it if you watched all the episodes here. I hope you learned something, and you know, if you enjoyed this content, be sure to check it out. As I stated in the previous video to this, I'm obviously in the midst of moving. Why some of my videos have been paused, mostly because of my new job, but the content is going to change up a little bit, but it's still going to be maintained on fishing. So we're going to explore stores in Tokyo. We're going to explore some of the things up in the Kanto region, which is Tokyo, Yokohama, all that, and Mount Fuji. And then also I'm going to be able to go out kayak fishing, hopefully, with a few of my buddies that I've made through social media. So thanks guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And most importantly, have a happy holidays. Alright guys, see you later.